We are here for another beautiful day, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Life lived with joy. What is a life lived with joy? We're going to talk about it in a second. And also, how do you live a life with joy? These are important questions. But before we get going, a quick visual descriptor. I have long brown hair, glasses, I'm wearing this wonderful scarf, black jacket, coffee mug in hand, and these wonderful little red and black plaid uh, hand warmer things. I like them. They're nice. They're cozy. And behind me, we have the rising sun over the river. It looks awesome. Just up here in the public park space near the river with the rising sun. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be. A life lived with joy. That in itself seems like such a difficult concept because oftentimes we think about our own happiness, of course, but we're thinking about the day to day. We're thinking about everything that we need to do, whether that's pay our bills or clean our house or go to work or what am I doing tomorrow? What am I doing in the morning? What am I doing the day after that? And sometimes we get caught up in a sequential rush. Sequential rush. What is that sequential rush? It's exactly what I was just talking about. Wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, eat your breakfast, get your kids off to school, go to work, come home, clean the house, rinse, repeat. And we do it over and over again. And I'm not saying everyone's doing it. I'm not saying all of you out there are just in these sequential loops of living without really living. But I'm saying a lot of us do it. It's so common. It's so rooted in life itself, especially the way we live life right now. But that doesn't mean you can't be happy, and it doesn't mean you can't live life with joy. I'm not saying you have to break away from that sequential routine. You probably should now and again. But what I am saying is that just because life is constantly moving, just because we seem to get caught up in these necessary cycles, it doesn't mean that we can't find moments of our own joy. We can't create moments of our own happiness. Living life with joy is purely taking time to enjoy what is going on, to be thankful for what we have. And since it's November, thankfulness is going to be a theme later this month. If you're in the US, at least, we have Thanksgiving in just a couple of weeks, few weeks. And part of that is giving thanks. Now, to be joyful within life, we kind of do have to be thankful. We have to be thankful for the good things that we have. We have to be thankful for our family and our friends. We have to be thankful for the homes we have, the vehicles, the jobs. But we don't have to be complacent with them. And if you are going to live a life of joy, live a life with joy, then you're going to have to at least admit that sometimes we are a bit complacent. We just accept what's around us without really taking the time to appreciate it. Your morning routine may dominate your morning, but that doesn't mean that it's not your routine. You don't have to take it for granted. You can also arrange it and do things within it that make you more happy. Maybe you're eating the bran flakes every morning because something good for your health. And it feels like chore. Maybe you're doing something else in the morning, going to the gym or whatnot, not because you enjoy it, but because you think you have to. If you have something like that in your morning, question it. And if you have something like that in your day, question it. And if you're only doing it because you think you have to do it, reevaluate that. You're not living with joy. You're just accepting something. You're taking for granted your own choices and your own opportunities to create joy, happiness. And living life with joy does not mean we're always happy. Let's be entirely fair. Sometimes we find great joy in doing things that don't necessarily make us happy, but that make other people happy. We sacrifice for our loved ones and our kids and our families, and we sacrifice for our futures, and sometimes we sacrifice for keeping our home or making sure that our job is done well. And just because it's not something that makes you happy at the moment, it doesn't mean it's not living life with joy. It just means that it's part of the journey. In fact, joy and happiness don't have to go hand in hand. It'd be nice if they always did. But living life with joy is living life well. It's living life fully. It's truly taking the time to be grateful and thankful and admitting that some things sometimes are out of our control, but we can at least appreciate. We can take the time to appreciate many things, a great many things. And we can take the time to acknowledge the things that we have to do. I guess saying living life with joy might be a little misleading because you're going to think about being joyful, rejoicing, singing, cheering, being happy, smiling. But sometimes joy is just the contented warmth of being able to sit back at the end of the day and know did something good for you, someone else. You did something fulfilling. Maybe you touched upon a moment that brings you closer to a dream you have or someone you care about has. But I'm going to bring it back to being thankful. Have you taken stock in your life of all the good things that you have, of all the great things that are there, of all the things you can be thankful about? Turn this camera. I think that sun's getting a bit intense. Let's turn this way. Because that sun's definitely getting intense. Oh, actually, we're going to go all the way over here. Watch this. This is fun. Now we're here. You know, that's something else we have to do sometimes. Just move, shift, change our perspective. I'm thankful that I get to visit this river. I'm thankful that I get to share it. I'm thankful that I have good friends. Thankful that I have things I do that I dreamed about doing. I'm thankful that I get to write, and I'm thankful that I get to make videos for all of you. I'm thankful that I get to make films, and I'm thankful that I get to paint. I'm thankful that I have a best friend who gets me stuff like this cool scarf. Thankful that my kids are grown up to be interesting and wonderful individuals with their own lives. There's a lot of things to be thankful for in life, and there's a lot of things to be grateful for. If you're going to live a life with joy and you're going to live your life fully, that's something you have to do. It's consider all the good things that have come to you and all the good things that are coming to those around you. Life is not always easy. We know this. Sometimes life can be bittersweet. Sometimes a happy ending, maybe it requires a few bad things to occur. But it also can require us to take the reins on our life in places that matter to us, or just cutting out things that don't matter to us. And if I'm going to talk any more about this concept, it'll be that last thing. Get rid of things that don't matter. And I don't mean you have to toss them out, and I don't mean like material things. Just stuff in your life that doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to bring you any joy. Maybe it just brings you complacency. Maybe it just seems like something that you should do, or you're doing it just because you have to. But if you look back and you really step away and examine them, you'll find a lot of these things you don't have to do. You don't have to have bran flakes for breakfast. You could replace it with a muffin, bran muffin. A little more enjoyable. You don't have to go to the gym in the morning. You can take a walk through a park, or find some other way to get that physical activity in that maybe is more joyful for you. Alternatively, you don't have to sit on the couch at night if you don't want to. You don't have to watch shows streaming or lose yourself in videos. You can get up and go to the gym if you want. You don't have to give up things like telling stories to your kids at bedtime. If you work remote, or you work different hours, or you live in a different time zone, you have smartphones. You can do it on a video call. You can Skype or Zoom, or a million other things, and still do it. But if you find in your life there are things that don't bring you any happiness or joy at all, get rid of them. Okay. And yeah, that does include material things. If you have a sofa that you don't really like and it's done nothing but sit in the middle of your house for the past 5 years, go ahead, get rid of it. Fine. Maybe there's someone else who wants it. But living life with joy is it's a big thing, an important thing. You'll find more contentment. Being content, that itself, is a whole lot for some of us. Just not feeling stressed. I think that's pretty important. Now get yourself an extra cup of coffee, tea, whatever it may be. I love my coffee in the morning. And I'm going to talk to you for just a moment about my website and my digital gallery. There's going to be a link either in the chat or in the description of this video, depending on where you're joining, for my website. And why do you want to go to my website? Well, for a few reasons. Number one, that's where you can find my original artwork, which is for sale. It's also where you can find my art prints. But beyond that, it's also where you can find new, fun, limited line apparel and merch. I have t-shirts, I have sweaters, I have some bags, I have other fun stuff, and I'm going to be releasing other things soon. But on the top of the page, if you go over there, you're going to see a brand new Your Saturday Night t-shirt with long sleeves, extra cozy, wonderful for this time of year. There's a tote bag, which is perfectly sized for bringing art supplies or fun stuff like that with you. But you could also put like a small laptop in there, or your Rocket Book for taking notes, or any other number of things. You use it as a gym bag if you want. Whatever you do, it's up to you. And then there's 2 new sweaters, one for Your Saturday Night, and the other one is for the Art of Feeling, which is my art workshop I host every month for abstract art and learning to be expressive and to pull your emotions out. These are some awesome items. There's other things too, and there's going to be more stuff coming. I want you to know, too, I will be having a Black Friday sale. So stay tuned. But check a lot of those things out. Most of them are limited. So the t-shirts and the sweaters are only going to be around for so long, and then they're going to be gone. And then they're going to be replaced with other cool things. So you don't want to miss out on a Your Saturday Night t-shirt or sweater, or the cool pencil case that I have available, or the bag. They're only going to be around for so long. But I wish you the best. Be excellent, my friends. I will see you all again very soon. Thank you for being here. Bye, everybody.